because we are interested in the person. The person is a creature, creative and transcending. Humans are a resource, the start and the purpose of each educational proposal. We exist in a world to which we owe great responsibility. The fulfillment of our human potential cannot be pre-arranged or predetermined. The human being's potential contains a predisposition to do, to act, to think, in a circular process. These abilities attend to two characteristics of human nature: the unitary being on the one hand. The human person is something more than the sum of its parts, and dynamism on the other hand, that is, the inexhaustible ability to change. For an effective education, it doesn't make sense to separate qualities that are naturally united, such as the principal abilities of the human being, doing, acting, thinking. To separate these abilities is to take away from educational field its greatest strength, because doing so hinders the growth of the person who otherwise practices and learns from a comprehensive perspective. This experience is possible to learn only if the proposed contents have meaning and are taken into consideration. Through the personal involvement of the pupils in the decisions that affect them, in choosing what they learn, in how they learn, and the objectives that are assigned. The pedagogy of personalization promotes knowledge and the behavior of pupils by respecting their rhythms of growth and styles of learning, their fields of origin, personal expectations, and their family. It is a proposal of co-creating value. Not only is it a matter of choice between subjects or courses, but it is the creation of environments and useful conditions that lead to the enhancement of each person's knowledge and creativity. The reason for personalization then is to recognize and prepare the proper tools, scenarios for continued education, and also to develop moral growth, the personal autonomy. Theoretical knowledge alone cannot promote the harmonic development of the person, and this practice continues to be an important element in the formation of the person. The purpose of the formation of the person is the development of sound judgment, a perception that allows for wise behavior. Therefore, doing, acting, thinking must be developed together. From actions must join with critical reflection. Human learning is in fact a vital, continuous process that is not rigid. Humanity is a relationship, also biologically, and it comes from a person's interaction with the world. The Newton's mirror theory gives us a biological explanation. An important neurophysiological discovery happened in the 1990s. The existence of a mechanism of comprehension was revealed, from which we see that the actions carried out by others, caught by the one's sensory systems, can automatically transfer to the motor system of the observer, who acquires a motor copy of the observed behavior, almost as if it was he himself who carried out the original action. Certain neurons complete this transfer of sensory to motor signals. They are called mirror neurons. This scenario of being in a relationship, of imitating another, isn't mechanical, because the learned actions, the behaviors that are mimicked, are internalized and personalized by the observer. Education is like an iceberg. Very little that we do, think and feel is subject to our conscious control. A person develops with attention to environmental, biological and psychological dynamics. The usual remains submerged. We talk about education when we consider the dynamics of the submerged part of this iceberg through the dynamics of the emerged point, that is consciously. The submerged part is addicted from that one emerged. To increase the second one is important to know the first ones, to reflect on them. The human growth depends on the culture in which he burns and develops. Each human being is in the world and in the history, but he has also the responsibility of the history. The man is not done to die, but to begin. What does laboratory mean? A constant way of teaching and learning that departs from the concrete experiences of students and intentionally promotes a formal education in which the students are helped to appropriate some present knowledge in their experiences, to reflect on them, to compare, and to theorize. Why did we choose a laboratory? Because the integrated design of manual work, individual work and cooperative learning more easily stimulates the whole person, the body, the mind, and one's actions. It's complex and dynamic, that is relational, and it facilitates reflection and self-evaluation of one's own work, which is the basis for the ability to change. Science is born from one's experiences. The laboratories are a way to discover in a cooperative way the complexity of the world and are not reducible to disciplinary schematism. They are an important moment of interpersonal relationships and of collaboration between peers and teachers in order to solve problems together, testing students' competence and abilities. It is a strategy of work that doesn't separate theory, technique and practice, experience and logical reflection, body and mind, emotion and rationality. It is a space that provokes creativity while increasing the self-esteem and competencies of each person as they interact and confront others.